What's up, NIO family? This is Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with NIO, Tesla, SPY, and the broader markets. And I'll break down why tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day as we have a big test coming, not to mention some new updates involving geopolitics and such that could be affecting the markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link that's down below or sign up with my QR code that's right over here. If you sign up for Moon deposit $100, you're going to get $20 of free Nvidia stock. If you deposit $2,000, you're going to get $50 worth of the stock. Deposits $10,000 to get $300 worth, and deposit $50,000 to get $1,000 of free Nvidia. You're also going to qualify for an 8.1% APY on uninvested cash. That includes a 4.1% APY base rate plus a 4% APY extra for 3 months. And the offer ends very soon. So if you want those free NVIDIA shares, check out my links down below. Anyways, as far as NIO is going, I do have a warning for everyone. The closer we get to $5, we've been seeing this thing reject near $5. But also as we dip near that 4.4 area, we like to like bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce. So in this case, we're watching to see if we could touch near $5, and we're going to see if NIO gets a rejection here to return to like 4.72. As of right now, the share price is still technically just range bound. There's not much going on until we get better production numbers and we start to see what happens with deliveries towards the second half of this year. JP Morgan is neutral on NIO, and the price price ratio is flat for now, so there's not really a whole lot else that's going on. However, there was some good news that came out. Today, NIO announced that it wants to enter Singapore and many other countries in 2025 and 2026 to expand its global footprints to bring back innovation, sustainable, and premium smart EVs to local users. So that's some great news. And as they continue to expand, it's going to help them drive more sales up. So this is some great news, at least so far, at least for the company. And once again, as we start to see them expand more, get more sales together, we're going to be watching, see them get closer to that profitability range. As far as the markets goes, we don't really have much coming out for today. It's Monday. The market was very choppy, but from Tuesday through Thursday, we just have more retail stocks like the Home Depot, Target, Walmart, and Zoom announcing earnings. So be ready for that. And then tomorrow we just have some building permits data. It's all very, very minor. When it comes to President Trump, we had some news that came out that President Trump met up with Zelensky, and they were once again negotiating when it comes to the deals that are going on. For now, we all want to see the Russia-Ukraine war come to an end. At least the majority of us want that, and we're going to see what progress is made. President Trump also said that his tariffs are going to bring in more revenue, and that he wants to include more products that are going to be added to them. They've added 407 derivative product codes to the list of goods subjected to the 50% tariffs on steel and aluminum. And President Trump also mentioned that there could be another increase in tariffs to about 200 or 300% for semiconductors. So we'll see how that ends up affecting things. Besides that, that's all we're really hearing from President Trump until we get some kind of updates. So, in all honesty, NIO is just range bound going back and forth between supply and demand. Tomorrow, I do think we could try to push near the high fours, if not around $5. But then we'll see if we turn back down to 4.7 like that as we consolidate. For SPY, we're going to watch and see if we hold 642. If we lose 642, we could be dipping back down to like 638. But if we hold this, we could be looking for a bounce back up to 645. So break 645 or bullish, lose 642 or bearish. As of right now, we're kind of in the middle. We've been shopping around for the last couple of hours. Now, there is a possible head and shoulders, but these are not always guaranteed to pan out. Are we about to see like a pop and a rejection, or do we just continue to run? We'll see which way the market ends up going. It could go either way, but we'll have to be very, very patient until we see one of these directions break. We're just range bound until we break 645 to be bullish, or if we lose 642 to be bearish. For the QQQ, we're also kind of flat here. We got a decent close at 577, very, very flat. Lots of choppy price action. We're also respecting this channel so far. We need to lose 575 to be more bearish. We need to break past 580 to be more bullish. Otherwise, we're just range bound. We've been shopping around pretty much all day and for the last couple of trading days. So we're going to see which way this breaks. I would not be surprised if this tries to push for like 578 or so, then comes back down, just consolidates. But until we see one of the directions break, we're kind of stuck for now. Now the IWM is making lower highs unless we get back above 280. At 230. We're favoring a move back down towards 226. ES is just completely choppy, but do be warned of the possibility of a head and shoulders. Now, if we get bought back up and we start breaking past like 64.80 to 6,500, we could turn bullish. But if we lose 64.50, we're looking for a dump back down to lower levels. We're going to see if this head and shoulders pans out or not. NQ is making lower highs here unless we get back above 23,800. We're favoring consolidation and move back down to 23,700 or below. Bitcoin's making lower highs as well. Now we could try to push for 118,000. We'll see if we reject back down to 115,000. Tesla's looking a bit more decent when you look at the 4-hour time frame. We're bouncing, but we need to break past this resistance and break out of this flag to be bullish. I want to see us get back above 340 to be bullish. If we reject near 335, it could be returning back down, so be careful. There's a risk of rejection. We're still technically in this channel. It could be developing into a bull flag, but we'll see if we reject it to return to like 330 or below. For Nvidia, we have resistance around this 184 area. We have support down here at 180. We could push to 184, then turn back down to 189. I see it's just consolidating for now. Aapl could be retesting essentially 229. If that fails us, we could be dipping back down towards 225. So give this the time it needs us. We're just kind of stuck for now. Supermicro has a double bottom here. We're going to see if you hold above 46. If so, we could be looking for 48. But if we lose 44, returning back down. So I do anticipate some upside for 46. AMD is once again rejecting here. We're going to see if we end up losing 174. If that fails us, we could be dipping to 170. For Coinbase, we're also stuck in the middle right here. We could be trying to get back up to 328, and we'll see if we reject or not, but there is some upside potential. For Amazon, we're favoring upside. As long as we don't lose 228, we're going to be favoring 235. For a little bit more upside, it is still holding up very well. But Meta, on the other hand, is struggling to hold above 770. If we can't hold above at least 768, we could be dipping back down to the 750 area. I do see some weakness. Google has support right here at 203. If that breaks, we're going to be looking for a dip. But if this holds, we're looking for like 206. So we'll see if this holds. It does look like it might push a little bit. And then Microsoft might retest 522 before it turns back down. So for now, the market looks indecisive. We're still trading sideways. Even the VIX is coming down a bit. Will the VIX bounce again to try to break out or not? So far, it's looking kind of weak, which opens the door for the markets to go a little higher. But until we see SPY break 645 to be bullish, or if it loses 642 to be bearish, we're just technically stuck in the middle. Same thing with the QQQ. We're just kind of range bound right here. We could try to push a bid for like 578, and we'll see how it goes. So for NIO, I just see us being range bound. We're going to see if we lose 229. If not, we could be dipping to 225. So give this the time it needs, and we'll see what happens from here. With that being said, I thank you all so much for listening. I do think that NIO is kind of like stuck once again in a very, very critical place. I'm sorry, not. I think I was looking at Aapl. For NIO, we're kind of stuck in a very, very critical place, and we'll have to see what happens at least moving forward. So I think I meant to say Aapl, guys. Sorry about that. If Aapl loses 229, we're going to be dipping. For NIO, we're basically stuck at this resistance around this $5 area. We need to break past that. If not, we're going to be looking for rejection and move back down to about 4.7. So there's going to be a risk of us returning to 4.7 for NIO. Then we'll have to see how it goes from there. But with that being said, we're going to be very, very patient, and we'll see what happens from here. Thank you for listening, and peace out.